I love you, let me. Oh, let you a kid tell you we're gone. I was young and foolish, what I was doing. I didn't want to lose you to go. Oh, let you love you.
Okay, Google, stop. Okay, Google, stop.
We aren't going to let any mace stop us. We are masters in our nonviolent movement in disarming police forces. They don't know what to do. I've seen them so often. I remember in Birmingham, Alabama, when we were in that majestic struggle there. We would move out of the 16th Street Baptist Church day after day. By the hundreds, we would move out, and Bill Connor would tell them to send the dogs forth. And they did come. But we just went before the dogs singing, ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Bill Connor next would say, turn the fire hoses on. As I said to you the other night, Bill Connor didn't know history. He knew a kind of physics that somehow didn't relate to the trans physics that we knew about. And that was the fact that there was a certain kind of fire that no water could put out. And we went before the fire hoses. We had known water. If we were Baptists or some other denomination, we had been immersed. If we were Methodists and some others, we had been sprinkled, but we knew water. That couldn't stop us. And we just went on before the dogs, and we would look at them, and we'd go on before the water hoses, and we would look at it. And we just on singing over my head, I see freedom in there.
Yo, I'm the nigga with the perpetual voice bars, mother of pearl delivery, voice of God. And it's hard just being a boss, and I can't go to jail cause them years it cost me. Don't get me wrong, lay a nigga down if you force me. Rather just sit back and roll the Dutch. Think about how I'ma put the game in the cold clutch. Think about how I'ma get the game over customs. Never underestimate niggas or over trust them. Yeah, them M's is right in my face. I just gotta throw my Timbs on and tighten my lace. If it don't jam, the tech will spray. When I spit, everybody gotta split like pepper spray. Cause I'm a nigga that hate the sound. I'm a man of the Lord, but I still can't shake the devil. Move the way and still can't escape the ghetto.
The time to talk is up, so bring the heat. The time is over. While you're running your mouth, creeping up over your shoulder. Gun, a knife, a pass, anything I can get my hands on. Call my plus, start acting up and out.
I know how to get my peers off me. They can cry and die from high blood pressure. His tears are salty. It's a symptom if you pop in your head. You know that he's sick. You know the flow is ridiculous. I'm throwing my grip. When I get it, you already know I'm throwing them bricks. Putting purple everywhere, daddy. I'm throwing them nicks. That's right, homie. You keep moving. I ain't going nowhere. I'm in the hood like bootleg movies. All you shooting is the breeze. A bootleg Uzi. I'm just waiting on the cue like Susie. Don't lose me. These penitentiary chances that I take should be able to get the mansion by the lake. But I invest my bread into something else. Into something else that'll make something else.
Okay, Google, play.
Talk about
The area that I know you would never have his children.
What the fuck? You're all just gonna stand there and watch me get my ass kicked? Nobody had my back? Huh? Nobody got Santa's back. Ain't that your bitch? Just fucked up with you all.
What up, everybody? What up? What up? What up? Good morning. Good morning. Unless you overseas, then good time of whatever day you in. Now, so we've been talking about getting to this money, okay? And it's a lot of questions that come up. So what this show here today is about guides and strategies for making money. Okay. Now, let's see here. Let me go and call my co-host to come on to the show. All right. Now, this show ain't gonna be about no drama, so we don't expect a whole bunch of viewership. But we want to go ahead and we want to enlighten those who are here. So, okay, shit, let me call this person back. All right. All right, now. Okay, it's 3:55 p.m. Okay. So, yo, we are on our guide to investing. Okay, before we go ahead and kick it on off, is there anything that you want to give the people about investing?
Good morning, everyone. investing. This is going to be a great topic. I would not have much to say, only to pay attention, take notes, and listen with an open mind. And hopefully, you will hear something today that will change the way you think about money.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, first, before we get into anything about investing, I want to explain where my foundation comes from. By all means, this is not law. This is just simply the way Trent thinks about investing. Okay. Now, right here, we have a book called Powernomics. All right. We got this book entitled Powernomics. Now, this is about wealth building. Okay. This is about investment strategies, and this is about getting your weight and your power up. Okay. Now, you have heard me mention, if you've been watching me, about how you go in and basically get your bones in the game up, about wanting to buy a bank, wanting to create a black lobby group, because certain things are just more or less nuisance things. These are things that are very trivial in nature. Okay. These are things that are, how can I put this? Certain things are symbolic things, right? The problem with us as a racial class of black people and black sympathizers is that we don't have any power. Okay. The lack of power is because we don't have unity. You know, we don't have unity because we have abandonment issues stemming from slavery. Okay. To where when you see haters in the mix, hating started on the plantation. And it started as a way for people to not have the mother, the father, the sons basically leave off of the plantation. All right. You know, this sense of not wanting another person to do better than the next person, that's a slavery mindset that we have to grow out of, right? Because people hate to see one person doing better than the other. Now, the remnants of that have carried over till today, even though we've been out of slavery supposedly 150 years. I would say we only been out since the 70s. Again, that comes from a slave psyche and a slave mindset. Now, Powernomics talks about how to go in and how to create those lobby groups, right? Now, most people who follow me, they are here because of the R. Kelly stuff. That's fine. That's cool. I'm bigger than just the R. Kelly situation. But if that's the reason why you start following me, I appreciate everybody for following me or subscribing or whatever they call it on the platform. Okay? Now, if we wanted to truly get R. Kelly out, we collectively could have came together, all put $1,000 inside of a pot, took that pot, created a board of directors, and went and achieved a common goal. The common goal would have been to buy a senator, buy a politician, buy somebody. Okay. With that group that we create, a group such as the Bridge, Boots on the Ground, that could be a collective group that could be a lobby group where we go out and we contribute things to a senator, a congressman, somebody with some political muscle to do our bidding for us. Politicians are not elected, they are bought. Okay. So when you see somebody telling you vote or die, vote or die, vote or die, you notice that Asians don't come out and do that in mass blocks. Why? Because they put their money, their buying power together, and they buy change. They buy the things that they want. Okay, that's what we as a collective body of people should be doing, but we aren't there yet. So we are going to basically go over some strategies to get to where we want to be. Now, this Powernomics books, it teaches us about that. Now, I would say that one of the biggest injustices in America is that you're forced to go to school for 13 years. And a lot of times when you leave your grade school, that's kindergarten through 12th grade, then you don't really have any more knowledge about the world than what you had before you go to school. A lot of your knowledge, you can find that on YouTube. Okay. The public food system is still set up on what they call the agricultural revolution and the industrial revolution. Okay. The agricultural revolution stems off of the plantation. All right. Now, what happened is on the plantation, when people still lived in the rural parts of the United States, some of those smaller towns like Bessemer, Alabama, Macon, Hillside, Georgia, places like that. But what happened is that you had people who needed to go in to do trivial jobs. And the public school system started off as a way for the people who were working and tilling the fields to come in and to get educated just enough to go and basically be a cashier someplace. All right. That is why you have the school year is basically during the months where your crops and stuff are harvesting where they're not growing. Okay. You start school after Labor Day. Okay. Now, I ain't going to get off into the astrotheology of it all, but you start school after Labor Day. Okay. Labor Day, you would theoretically be pulling all of your crops off of the land, getting ready for the harvest season. Okay. Then you get a break around Christmas. You break around Christmas and stuff like that. You've been, going through, you're going to clean up the fields, clean up everything, and, start prepping the fields. Okay, then you get your spring break. You going in, you're planting your seeds for your harvest in summertime. So your spring break is typically about 2 months or about 6 to 7 weeks before your summer break. Okay, and then the summer break, you out there tilling the fields and stuff like that. That is what the school system is set up for. That's what we still have in effect to today. Now, that public school system was never meant to teach you to get ahead. You have to choose to get ahead on your own. So this book right here, Powernomics, is a book that can give you some very strategic principles on how to get ahead. Okay. And we may cover that in a book club if the book club wants to cover that. We have a ton of books that we got to get around to. So we want to go and do that. Okay. Okay, listen, we not okay. When you say break it down, what do you mean break it down a little bit more? Wishbone.
I'm here.
Yeah, what you mean break it down a little bit more?
So when I say break it down a little bit more, you go into the kind of like the details of the book, but most of these people don't have the book right now. I'm pretty sure after today's live, they probably will go ahead and purchase that book so that we can cover it in the book club. But right now, I think we need to probably go a little step below that so that people can understand which way you're going with the information that you're going to provide with them today about key the short-term and mid-term and long-term financing, which is going to go into that conversation about investing.
Okay, we getting there. Okay, now, all right, now, it's not about how much money you specifically have. That's where black people get it wrong. All right? It's about the buying power that you have, okay? Or it's about the collective money. Now, you hear this myth that says black people represent so much of the buying power in this nation. Notice they say buying power. They don't actually say they have this much money. Okay? Because we don't go and collectively put our money together. Listen, if we collectively put our money together, we could have solved a lot of situations. But what we are going to do is, well, hold on. I'm sorry. If we put our money collectively together, we could solve situations. However, due to our financial state and due to the oppression that we face in this nation called America, we are really put into positions to where we are not able to have the extra income to do things such as invest. Okay. The average black person has a net worth of about $5,000. The average white person has a net worth of about $115,000. Why is that? Because there are a lot of government set aside programs. There is a lot of things about white life that the government pays for. When you live in black neighborhoods, you pay extra utility bills. You have to pay extra taxes, such as the police pull you over and harass you, give you bullshit tickets a little bit more. And so a bunch of people here, they say, well, damn, I don't have the collective buying power. I don't have the collective money to go in and invest. That's false. We're going to get to this today. We're going to get to how you can create this money. We're going to go over wealth building strategies. We're going to go over the stock market. We're going to teach you how to play the stock market, what stocks to invest in, so on and so forth. However, this Powernomics books, this is a very deep, doctorate level book on how to make yourself be a boss. All right. Now, I'm going to take y'all to this next book that I read. Let's see here. Here we go right there. Now, this is a guy by the name of Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki developed the Rich Dad, Poor Dad book series. Okay. Now, these are books that are about getting your financial education together, right? And you see that this one on the bottom here is a series of 13 books. Now, one of the things I got to say about Robert Kiyosaki is, if you don't know anything, he has a way of explaining it to make you know. But I wouldn't buy every single book that he has, because a lot of that shit is him selling the same book over and over and over and over and over again. He'd tell a different story to sell you the same goddamn book. All right. So, and a lot of these books, if you search far enough and wide enough, you can find a lot of these books or audio books for free. Okay. Now, with this guy, one of my stock strategies, a lot of my stock strategies, I learned from him. And he said, why would you give your money over to a 401k plan? That doesn't make sense, because you don't even really get to choose the stocks that you own. And it cuts you off and it limits what you can do. It would be better to put your money into bonds than to put your money into a 401k. Now, for me personally, I understood what he was saying, but a lot of that information would go over heads, right? So now, the new modern day way that they play the 401k is they invest in something called index funds, right? Now, a lot of people put their money in index funds. For me, I put money in the Vanguard Index 500, which you basically get a bunch of fractional shares of the top 10 companies or 10 top companies. The problem with that is you may want to put your money, like the S&P 500 is a sexy stock. That's where you go and buy, Apple, your Microsoft, your Berkshire companies, things like that. Well, when you go and get index funds, is the 10 of your best funds. Problem with that is that any investor would know I could be making money on my top fund, but the number 10 fund, it could be kicking my ass. So the S&P 500, and let me explain to y'all what I'm talking about. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Let me explain to y'all what I'm talking about. Okay. So, all right. Okay, let's go over here. Okay. Okay. All right, y'all. All right. Let me go right now. All right. Let's go right here. Okay. This right here, this is the Vanguard Index 500. Okay, we're going to go right here. Okay, let me get right here. Let's go and see what is actually in here. By the way, y'all, how many of y'all are confused in the chat? How many of y'all are confused in the chat? Okay, how many of y'all are confused in the chat? If y'all confused, if this is too deep for y'all, I don't want to make this be too deep. I want to keep this real light. Okay, I want to keep this real light and real vanilla. Okay, so how many of y'all are confused? Is this too deep? Is this too far? Or y'all if you understand what I'm saying, write understand in the chat. If you are confused, if it's too complicated, write confused. If y'all need it to be broken down a little bit more, write applesauce in the chat. Okay, those of y'all who are listening, if y'all are confused, y'all want it to be broken down and further explained, write applesauce in the chat. Okay, let's say GED level, please, sir. Okay, GED level, please. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me call Miss Connor. All right, let me give Miss Connor a call.
I'm here as well, Trent.
Okay, yeah, all right. I know that you're there. I know that you're there. But I know that you are following me. I know that you are following me. So I got to find out what is unclear. What's unclear for you? Oh yeah, we about to call Miss. Okay, they say okay. So a bunch of people say that they understand. Hold on, I'm gonna call Miss Connor. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me, please. Please bear with me. Okay, bear with me, y'all. Miss Connor, if Miss Connor is at work, she may not answer the phone. She may not answer the phone. Okay.
Please wait.
Okay, Miss Connor didn't answer the phone. Okay, now, what is too deep? Which bone?
Well, I would say for me, being a new investor myself, and when I say new investor, it doesn't mean that I'm just now, starting to invest. It just means that I'm going into a different level of investing. Mm-hmm. And I would say the one thing for me, when I first started hearing anything about it, it was pretty much understanding the basis of it and how easy it is to actually take something as simple as a 1 cent and turn it into, something probably even 30 cents, 40 cents, $1, so on and so forth. So for me, when you're jumping into a conversation about investing for the person that may not even have an idea of what it is or how simple it can be, you have to get to where it gets very, very simple to understand. And for me, I would say something like, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people in the chat that go to McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, Popeyes, buy Coca-Cola, buy Pepsi, and so on and so forth on a daily or weekly basis, if they ever took the time to write down how much money they spend in those particular areas and then go into the stock market and compare how much it is to even purchase a stock in that company. And sometimes you'll find that even the money that you spend in a year supporting that particular product, you can probably own over 100 shares in the company by going into the stock market. And what people don't understand is that the stock market, when you own a Porsche company in the stock market, that's an asset. That's something that you can pass on to generation. That's something that you have to tax your Social Security number. And depending on what state you live in will determine if you pay taxes on it or not, depending on how much money you grow. So that's the simple part of understanding what, the stock market and investing and things like that. A lot of people don't even understand that it's that easy. You can literally create an account, a brokerage account, take $10 and then buy you a stock of, GameStop or, something that costs $1. The cannabis market is one that some of the stocks are now 50 cents.
Yeah. And some people smoke weed every day.
Exactly. Some people go spend $10, $20 to go get them some weed. They don't even understand that they can take 50 cents, 75 cents and invest in a whole company that might be stationed out of Canada or, another place where they actually have weed farms or cannabis farms, whatever you want to call it, where it's profitable and they can actually grow some money off of it over time. So I think to bring it back a few on what you're talking about, because you're going in a good direction, but to break it down a little bit more, just explain some of the simple aspects of how you can take simple money and just turn it into something.
Y'all want the GED level. Okay, let's break. We got
to break it down.
All right. Y'all want the GED level. Got you. Hold on. Is this Miss Connor calling back? Hold on. Hold on, Miss Connor called back.
Hello.
How you doing, Miss Connor? You live on Opinion, baby.
Hey, how are you?
I'm all right. I am all right. We are over here, and you said that you did the GED level version of investing. So we are trying to give you the GED version, and I wanted to ask you, what was it that you were unclear about?
Well, I don't know why, but the live cut off for a minute. I was listening to it as I was driving into my driveway, and when you had the graph up and you were explaining it, I didn't understand it, but I mean it's not where you can see it.
What do you mean?
It's kind of small. I just want you to break that down at a GD level on what you had on the screen there.
Which part? Which part?
The one with the graph. Can you go back over it?
I need you to turn your background. You gotta turn your background down a little bit.
No, I don't have the background down. I mean up.
Okay.
I got you on speakerphone.
Okay, because I'm hearing the playback. Okay. When you saying the graph.
Oh yeah, you're live. Okay, I'm gonna turn it down.
Okay, all right. What are you talking about? This graph here? That's on the screen?
The screen that you had two graphs on there.
The two graphs. Wishbone, what is she talking about? What's she talking about, Wishbone? The two graphs?
I am not sure what it is that she's talking about.
Okay.
There was two graphs on there, but you cannot read that. I know what you're talking about. That's what I was telling him when he was going over that graph. He was talking. He had that on the live screen, and I was trying to get him to repeat that.
What two graphs?
I couldn't read it.
Okay, this right here. This like the bar graph, and then it's a line graph. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right. Let me go in and well, you know what? We're gonna come back and we're gonna explain this a little bit further later in the show. Okay.
Okay, baby.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
All right, yeah. We're gonna come back. We're gonna explain this a little bit further in the show because y'all ain't here right now. So let me go in and we're gonna walk through how to create a stock. So you go to Robinhood.com. This is the most user-friendly site for people who don't know what the hell they're doing. Okay. So we're gonna go here to sign up, and when we go here to sign up, it's like claim your free stock now. Okay. Oh, let's create.
Trent.
Yeah.
Hey, Trent.
Yeah.
Also, make sure you let the people know that if they are thinking about getting the account, that they're going to need to use your link, because that way you'll be able to help them. Because first of all, let me explain something. When you create this account, you're going to get your first stock free at no cost to you. This is not a gimmick or a scam. This is real solid asset that you will gain to create this account.
Right. And this, I just put that in the link.
Once you get
I just put this link in the chat. All right. So you click this right here.
Yes.
You will be able to. So anyway, yeah. So if you click this link right here in the chat, you can go over and you can create you a Robinhood account. Okay, if you click this link in the chat, you would come to this screen right here of what we are looking at. All right, now let's go back over here. All right, opinionated news network. Okay, now we're gonna go to opinionated gmail.com. Now. All right, and all right, now we're gonna go there to United States. All right, continue.
Okay.
And y'all say that password.
Once they get into the link,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you talking to me?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Say
Once they get into the link, they're going to just put in their basic demographic information. Be prepared to enter your banking account information because, again, this is an asset. This is a permanent asset that you will own entirely. So you have to put in that information in order for your account to be officially open. So you can go in and start the account, but if you don't complete it all the way through, you're not going to get the benefits of receiving that free stock, as well as being able to go ahead and start grossing money on your stock that you'll get for free.
Okay, you would do something like that.
For anyone that may be creating this account under a credit union account, there's going to be a delay in being able to use this account because anytime that you start this account with a credit union, there's a verification process that takes anywhere from 3 to 5 business days before your account will actually be created. So that's just something that I've learned, since I've been doing it.
Okay. Keep going in on that while I go and get my my corporate information. Okay.
Okay. If you created this account with a checking account, you create this account with a checking account, it will automatically go ahead and open your account. This account will not take any money from your account at all. You will have full and total control over how much money you want to spend to use in the stock market at all times. That's one of the biggest misconceptions that people think, that if they open a brokerage account and attach their checking account to it, that they're going to be pulling money out, randomly, and you're going to get fees and all that. That's the biggest misconception. This app here, Robinhood, is you're in total control of what goes on. So that's just something I want to put out there because that's something that I also had to learn. Another thing for anyone that may be interested in opening an account, to know that when you do transfer money into the account, let's just say you transfer $10. Well, Robinhood is going to give you the $10 right away. It's going to take at least 2 to 3 days before it processes out of your bank as pending funds. So one mistake that I know that some of my people have made is that they'll transfer $10 to the account, but then they'll go to the store and spend the $10 out of the account before Robinhood pulls the money, and then they go, "Oh, now I'm negative $10." I'm like, "But you spent the money. Like, you got to be able to at least manage what it is that you're putting into the Robinhood account." And I think the average adult, most people, do a pretty good job of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just another thing. But other than that, it's pretty user-friendly. I definitely would encourage anyone that has any interest in doing it to go ahead and get started as soon as possible. Anyone that doesn't follow the stock market, let me just, as I'm talking, I'll say this real quick. March of this year, whenever COVID-19 happened, the stock market did crash. When I say crash, that means a lot of businesses was not making enough money to hold up the income per year, so the stock went down, and people, average, regular random people with just $5 or $6 in the bank, had an opportunity to go into the stock market and grab onto some stocks that now are worth $50 and $60 a piece. Am I right, Trent?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, listen. Here we go. Hey. This is not my social security number. This is for the sake of creating an account. Let's just say we have no investing experience. I'm a student. Okay. No, they're not.
Yeah.
No, they don't. Submit the application. We're gonna submit this application for review. Okay.
I would like to say one more thing real quick.
Yes.
Just to thank you, Trent, for even having this conversation, because this conversation that somebody had with me, over a year ago, has put me in a position where I have now invested into a lot of companies, and I've been able to sustain a certain level of investment for my family as well as my child, myself. So people may not appreciate, this type of conversation, but I definitely appreciate it, and hopefully someone is listening will take advantage of the information that you're providing.
Okay.
And change their life.
Okay. Now, all right. Yeah, we're not talking about R. Kelly right now. If you are tuned in because you want to learn about how to get your money up, how to get your financial weight up. So basically what we are looking for right here, this is a dummy account. All right. This is just your bare bones account in the stock market. All right. Now, let's go over here. Right now. Okay, now, so this is if you wanted to go and look at any stocks. Oh, hold on, because I jumped way deep off into this before I got a chance to explain. So the absolute best book, if you're going to invest in the stock market, this is just my opinion. Okay, just Trent's opinion is this book right here. It's called One Up on Wall Street. Okay. One Up on Wall Street. Okay. This is the best book if you want to invest in the stock market. Okay. This is the best. This is your absolute best book to get. Okay. Now, from reading this book, this is a guy by the name of Peter Lynch. He wrote this book with John Rothschild. Now, in this book, he explains that most people think that you need some type of supreme knowledge. Yeah. This stream will still be up when I get done. We ain't dissing no Dana J because, really we talking about money. I don't give a fuck. I'm not really being petty right now. When I snap back into petty mode, I'll be sure to let y'all know. All right. She kept it one time that huge loss. Well, okay, we'll get off into that. We will get off into all of those individual stocks, right? This book right here is called One Up on Wall Street, How to Use What You Already Know to Make Money. All right. Now, in this book, what the guy Peter Lynch says is that you don't need any type of insider knowledge. You don't need some type of fancy ass Wall Street stockbroker or something like that to make you money. The person who has the most knowledge about what you would want to invest in is you. Okay. You know what you want to invest with because you know the places that you go every day. You know your neighborhood. You know the businesses in your neighborhood, the people in your neighborhood. You know your city. So who better to know what to invest in than you, because you know what your world consists of, right? Now, where I am in St. Louis, Missouri, I noticed about 4 to 5 years ago, maybe sooner, maybe later. What I started to notice is a lot of new Dollar Generals and a lot of new Family Dollars started to pop up. But at that time, I did not know how to invest in a stock market. And my thinking of this is just merely my speculation. I didn't research this, right? Is that Dollar General and Family Dollar wanted to bridge that gap and be there in your neighborhood, whereas you had to go a little bit further to get to your Walmart or whatever the superstore is in your area. In order to drive to Walmart might be 15 minutes away. Yeah, they got everything, but you may not need everything. And most of the time when you go to Walmart, with all of the rollbacks and the way that they stock the store, it entices you to spend more money than what you really should be spending. All right. So when you have something like that, like a Dollar General or a Family Dollar in your neighborhood, then it bridges that gap. So I might only need a bag of charcoal. I might only need some lighter fluid. Now I don't want to drive all the way to Walmart. Let me go run up here to Dollar General, get this little cheap ass lighter fluid and go on about my day and do what I need to do. I might spend a little bit more, but that's all that I need is just that. I don't need the whole big old package. Well, now when you see something like that, that's called a trend. Okay, that's something that you notice. So if you notice that Dollar General or Family Dollar is expanding their footprint, the company is going to be worth more money because they have more stores. Okay. Likewise, if you see a company in your area and you know that this is a national company, but then you see that the store is struggling, all right, especially the big corporations. If you see a store that's struggling, then that is, if you see a store that's struggling, then that's indicative of where that company may be at, because I've never really seen a Walmart shut down. I've seen them move up the street, but I have never really seen a Walmart vanish from existence, right? And I've never really seen a McDonald's shut down. I've seen them move up the street, but I've never seen them vanish from existence. Okay. Now, when you see a store, hold on, we'll get to this question a little bit later. All right. When you see stores starting to fall off, right? When you see something going out of business like Kmart, Kmart for the longest time, you would see signs out here in St. Louis where people said we are liquidating, indicative of where that company was going to be, all over the world. So when you notice things like that, I wouldn't invest my money in a Kmart, but I would invest my money in a Dollar General because they're trying to reach more people, therefore making more money. And that's what the guy, Peter Lynch, that's what he explains in this book right here. Okay, is to use what you already know in order to make money in the stock market. So this is a small book. Very simple, very straight to the point. If you don't get any of the other two books that I suggested or the other book series that I suggested, I would recommend everybody get this book. That's what I would recommend. Kindle version, paperback, all of that. Right. Sears totally disappeared. Okay. Sears disappeared. That would be a bad investment for me. Okay. That would be a bad investment for me. I've never done. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I? I was gonna say the good example would be Hertz. Hertz rental car just went out of business behind the COVID-19. So people that may have invested in Hertz at one point in time, their stock in that company was $52 a share. Well, now that Hertz has gone out of business, their stocks are now $1.56 a share. So that's kind of an example of what you was just talking about with Kmart and Dollar General.
There you go. There you go. Owner of Hertz and broke forward. You know, hey. So you see, they going through a bankruptcy. So again, now listen, when you are about getting your money, you notice all of this. You got to read everything. You got to consume as much knowledge as possible. This is part of that insider knowledge that you want to get to. Not to be confused with insider trading, right? All right, you see this? They're liquidating their rental fleet. Okay. Now, all right. Now, I want to show y'all something as well, right? Okay. Number 8. Make sure y'all go out and get a copy of the Wall Street Journal, okay? Get you a copy of the Wall Street Journal, all right? This is, if you buy a pack of cigarettes, you know, if you trick off your money on hoes, if you like, you know, whatever you do, make sure you go back. Well, listen, we don't even need to go all the way into this, right? All right, $1 for 2 months. All right. All right, now, so make sure you go to the Wall Street Journal. This Wall Street Journal, it will pay for itself over time. You see right there, it will give you $1 for every 2 months. All right. At the end of your 2 months, if you want to be a broke nigga, then just keep changing your email address after every 2 months. Okay. It's free to create an email address. That's the easiest thing you could do. All right. Now, when we see something right here, right? We notice they were in U.S. bankruptcy court for Wilmington, Delaware. Okay. All right. If you can read this, it says Wilmington, Delaware. All right. Now, whenever you see a company that's headquartered out of Delaware, all right, Delaware is not a place where it's positive. I don't know why anybody would want to live there. But a lot of companies will headquarter themselves in Delaware to get out of paying taxes. Okay. They don't want to pay their tax obligation, and Delaware doesn't have a lot of taxes as far as places on the East Coast. Now, Florida and Texas don't have federal tax as well. All right, but I want y'all to notice that how it says Delaware. All right, so they were already trying to get out of taxes. That's why they chose to headquarter their company there. But getting back to what we were talking about beforehand, go back over here.
Hey, Trent.
Yes.
Can I answer a question out of the chat?
Mm-hmm.
Miss Connor asked, when the stocks go down, do you lose money?
Yes. Well, hold on.
You do lose money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you do lose money.
Go ahead, Trent.
You lose money, but not necessarily, because, like, okay, let's go to a company that Wishbone and myself invested in this week. Okay, let's go to Vaxart. All right, now this is Vaxart, right? Now, this was, what's today's date? Today is the 27th. Okay. Now we go right here, right? We go right there. Okay. And let me see here. I'm gonna have to pull up my other computer here because it's not gonna let me move it. It's not gonna let me change my mouse, or I'm gonna move it. Okay. So now we see that last Sunday, All right. Give me 1 second, y'all. I want to pull up my other screen over here so that I can see where I'm at on my other screen over here. Okay, give me 1 second, y'all. Please, 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 please. All right, now. All right. So this is a company right here that is making the vaccines for the COVID-19. Right? Now, we see right here that last Sunday, this company was $2.62 per share. Okay. So now, if this company was $2.62 per share, we're going to pull out our handy dandy calculator. Okay. $2.62 per share. Right? Now, they signed a contract to buy Vaxart. I'm sorry, to start doing the COVID-19 to start doing COVID-19 vaccines. Okay, when they signed that contract, they stock started shooting up to $13, a high of $13.86 per share. Now, so let's just say I had 100 shares of this, right? So, okay, 100 shares of this would have cost me $262. Okay, so 262 is the magic number, right? Is the magic number, all right? Now, 262 is the magic number. If I could have bought 100 shares of this at $2.62, well, yeah, we just go to 262. All right. Now, if I could have bought 100 shares of this at 262, right now, we see right here on June 26th, which was yesterday at 8:30 a.m., right? It was $13.86, right? So now we got to take $13.86 times 100. Okay, that's $13.86. Okay. So now this is $13.86. Okay. So now, if I would have sold this at the height, my 100 shares at the height, I would have made $1,386. Now, we're going to minus that, minus our initial $262 investment. We would have received a profit of $1,124. This would have been how much money we could have profited if we bought it at its lowest and sold it at its highest. Okay? This is what we would have profited, right? Okay? So, what we would have made. Now, I want to go through some of the strategies that I use for what stocks I pick. Okay, now I go to something like this. This is the 100 most popular stocks, right? Now, again, okay, so you see Vaxart right here is at the top of the most popular. Now, if you are just coming in, I would not invest my money into Vaxart, right? Why? Okay. Now, all right. Basically, when this stock came onto the market, or in a 5-year time frame, this company was at $26.84 per share. Okay, this is August 7th of 2015. That is about the highest, the most money that their stock has ever made. Okay, and then you see a gradual, steady downward cycle where they have their days, but this stock has been losing money. Okay, then you see here September 30th, 2016, they have a good day. Okay, so a lot of investors probably would have gotten out on this time. This is 2016, right? Now, you see again, they start gradually falling, they gradually fall, and let's go on here till they get to basically right here, right? So from about April 26, 2019, okay, you see their stock is as low as 70 cents per share. So a company that started out right here, right? 26.84, okay? And you see right here, they are at 70 cents a share. Okay. So that same $262 investment, imagine how many shares you could have bought in right there. Okay. Now, when you see right here where they are right now, right? And I guess we got to go back to this to really show you what it is. Okay. So you go right here. Okay, that's that 1380. All right. Now let me go back again. Okay. Excuse me. Let me bear with me, y'all. All right. Now you see this right here. The reason I wouldn't invest in this right now, because in my opinion, the money to be made off of this, the majority of the money to be made off of this, that time has already passed. Okay, because what you got was a bunch of day traders that got into this because this was the new wave. All right, and they invested a bunch of money in here, and what they did was at the end of the week, they took all of their money back out. So the wave on this has already passed. All right, but let's go back and let's look at some other stocks. Now, again, when I look at these stocks, I look at this. Okay, please don't be thrown off by this where they say that this is a buy. When a lot of the analysts, they're not wrong about everything, but one of the things that I have found is that they will say, oh, this is 100% buy, this is 100% buy. And they would say that because a lot of day traders are buying it, but then you invest into it and the stock takes a tailspin and you wind up fucking all your money up. You don't want to be a swagger jack, so to say. Okay. You don't want to be a swagger jack. Now, you see something right here like Nintendo. Nintendo is a 68% buy. All right. Now, we see that it started off at $56.80 yesterday. But let's look at this over the life of it. Okay. Now, this is over 3 months. Okay. So over a 3-month time span, if when COVID first started, you would have bought your stocks, you could have bought them at $45.84, and they were at their high on June the 18th at $58.74. Okay, that's when they would have been at their high. Now, with them saying that this is something that you should invest in, I would beg to differ. All right. The stock market says this is a 69% buy. If we look at their growth pattern, okay, now you see that they gradually go up, they go down, they go up, they go down, they go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. For me, if I'm investing to make money, I don't have time to sit on my money. I will put this right here. But it's two things that we know, all right, with it as concerned to this. All right. All of those of y'all who have children, okay, all of those of y'all who have children, with the stock market analysts rating this as 69% buy. You know, man, that your kids don't be fucking with no Nintendo. Your kids talk to you about a PlayStation, that's Sony, or Xbox, that's Microsoft. And then Nintendo is a runner-up. It's a handheld gaming system. But your kids rant and crave about Xbox and about PlayStation. So, by this company's growth pattern, then what we see is, again, we have seen them gradually come up over 5 years. However, to me, this company, even though their growth pattern is trending upwards, it's too many dips and turns for me to invest my money here. I wouldn't invest my money there. Even though they're trending upwards from where they were, I wouldn't invest my money there. How do you feel, Wishbone? What's your thinking? What's your thoughts?
I'm looking at it. You said you would not invest in that?
I wouldn't. Because to me, it's too, even though it's trending upward, right? What you are seeing is a consolidated 5-year view, right? Over the course of 5 years, right, it has trended upwards. But if we could break this down into an expanded view where we can actually see what's going on here, to me, I don't see how with this trending upward, I don't stand to see how this is going to make money when you have a new Xbox and a new PlayStation that's coming out, which will be number 1 and number 2. This right here, I see this stock. I see this going back down. I don't see you making a whole bunch more money on this. You know, after
that's the stock that I would consider a stagnant.
Yeah,
I would consider that a stagnant stock. When I say stagnant stock, that means that, like you said, there's a lot of changes in the pattern, but yet it stays on course. It's not really growing at a pattern where you're going to gross X amount of money. But, you know, if it's a gift to kids, you know, like you might have a son or something that might be interested in games, instead of buying him a game for his birthday, you know, buy him a stock in Nintendo.
Yeah.
You know, it would be something like that. But as far as trying to make any type of significant growth in that particular stock, no, I wouldn't consider that one of the stocks that I would want to invest in at that point. But I would definitely gift it to my nephew, my nieces, for birthdays and Christmas and things like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back over here. All right, okay. Now, this is something right here, right, that I would look at, okay? Square. Even though Square is down, it's a 38% buy, okay? It's a 38% buy. Now, Square is the company that makes Cash App, that does Cash App, okay? Now, it was at $107 at its highest point yesterday, okay? Now, we see that Square came onto the market November 20th, 2015. All right. Now, this company, you see that this company is going up. Okay. And it's still up. Okay, it's still at its highest point that it's ever been in right now. Okay, so if I got $104 over here right now, let's just say I bought this company when it first came onto the market. All right, at $12.84, 85 cents a share. That's damn near 5 years ago. All right. So I took $1,300. I bought 100 shares of this. Okay. Right now, I will have over $100,000 off of $1,300. Okay. If I invested in this company from when it first opened in the stock market, right, at 11, see, you could even if you would have got it pre-market, $11.20 per share. Okay. This company would have, let's just say I had $1,120. All right. Now we are going, and this is 100 shares at this 1120 mark. Okay. So write 1120 in the chat, please. Okay. Versus, okay, now it's traded at, let's go, that's where it ended the market at. Let's go into it. Okay, $107.72. Okay. So we are going to multiply that times 100. All right. 107.72 times 100. Okay, I'm sorry. 20 times 100. Okay, that would have been $1,112. $1,120. Okay. Now we got 107.72 times 100. Okay, so I'm sorry, I would have made $100,000. I would have made $11,000. I would have made almost $11,000. If I would have bought that and I would have bought it at its highest point, okay, I could have flipped that if I would have stayed 5 years. I could have flipped that into this right here, okay? That's how much money I could have made with 100 shares of it. All right? So you're talking about damn near a $10,000 growth. All right? Now, the stock market people, they say that this stock is down, that it's a 46% hold on here, right? And then we see that this stock basically is shot down, but look at how much money is shot down. All right. All right. Now, the market closes at what? 4 o'clock? 3:30. Yeah, the market closes at 3:30. All right. Now, at 2:15, it was at its highest. So that means right before the market closed. Everybody pulled their money out of there. All right. The day traders pulled their money out of there. Okay. And when the day traders pulling their money out of there, the stock didn't really plummet. It went down by $3. But I would say by Monday or Tuesday, your money is highly likely to be right back up here at this 107.72 a share at the very least. I can foresee it getting right back up here to about that $108 per share. What you think, Wishbone? What's your interpretation of this?
Well, as always, the stock market's unpredictable. It's very important that you watch it throughout the day if you are going to be participating in any day trading. But it's always, what you're saying is right. I mean, but everything kind of goes with the flow of the market.
Right. The more knowledge that you read, the more you consume. What about Proton Mail stock, since they're the most secure way to email? I would not invest in Proton Mail stock. I wouldn't invest in it. what happened to the stocks of food delivery? Well, let's go and look that stuff up. Eat 24. Grubhub. Okay. All right. So this is just yesterday. You see that when the market opened, Grubhub stock was sitting at $69.59 per share. Okay. Now over the past 3 months, all right, this is Grubhub. So they went from $37.57 per share when the stock market crashed up until now. This is $69.05. Okay, so now they're getting back to their normal. All right, if we look at this trend, right? Okay, let's see right here. Okay, this was basically $80 per share. November 29, 2019, it was, 20, what's this? Basically $80 per share. Okay. All right. So you got okay, so over 5 years, this is the 5-year growth potential. Okay, so when we go here in September 14, 2018, this was sitting at $146 a share. Okay. Now, this is the market cap on this is $6.3 billion. Okay. I believe that the market cap was probably higher than that at one point. Okay. Now, for this, to me, this is trending upward. Okay. This is trending upward. I will put this on my watch list. Okay. I wouldn't necessarily buy that right now. Okay. Now, I wouldn't buy it because I would wait until after the 4th of July. Okay, because the 4th of July, you're going to have a bunch of family barbecuing. We are reaching that point in the season where, again, people are going to be doing a lot more barbecue and shit like that. So I will continue to watch this. Not necessarily invest in it because it's gradually been going up. Okay, and then it went down, right? So it went down at some point in time, okay? So it reached here, right? Then it went all the way down, and then it never really returned back to that high point of 146.11. Okay, it never really returned there. All right, so right now, with this being at 69.05, I would buy some of this. You know what? I'm gonna buy a few shares of this. Okay, I'm gonna buy a few shares of this. All right. So when I buy me a few shares of this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy 2 shares of this. All right. I ain't telling y'all to buy it because I ain't gonna be responsible if you lose and fuck your money up. But I'm gonna buy 2 shares of this. The reason why I'm gonna buy this is because, hey, when you look at this stock, so what's the highest I've gotten off of any stock? The highest I've gotten off of a stock is $300. I made $300 off of a stock, but again, I haven't been investing for a long point of time. All right. I only been investing for a short amount of time. I'm still in what I call the capital building phase. If I was in my wealth building phase, I would do something else. But with this right here, this stock is 69.05 right now. Okay. We got a second wave of the coronavirus pandemic coming, and then we're going to have a return wave of the coronavirus shit once the winter hits. So once we get into that Thanksgiving season, this Grubhub shit going to be through the roof. And we see that at their high point, right? If we go back here, we see they were at $146. They were at $146.11 at their peak. All right, now a lot more. If we catch a second wave of the corona, all right, let's just say we had 15. Let's just say I came into 60. 69.50. All right, let's just say I had 69. So I got 69.50. All right, okay. You see, I already got 69.50. I'm sorry, damn it, 69.50. All right, see, I got that. All right, and that's basically about 10 shares of this. Let's just say I had this much money to buy 10 shares of this, okay? All right, so we're going, okay. So that's that, okay? Now, let's just say that it reaches its market high, okay? So we're going to go back over here. Let's just hypothetically say it reaches 10. Okay, so this is it, right? Now, let's just say it reaches its market high of $14.61.10. All right, now, and this is 10 shares of this, okay? This is 10 shares of this, all right? So this is how much money it would take to buy 10 shares of this. Let's just say that it reaches this point of 40. Let's just all right. 1461-10. All right. Minus, okay. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I fucked the math up. That's what happened. My bad, y'all. So, okay, now, hold on, 69 5 times 10. I'm adding extra decimals. All right, now, so 10 shares of that would cost this. I'm sorry, y'all. I messed the math up. My bad. So it'd be $690.50. That's how much 10 shares would cost you, right? So if you had $700, you could buy 10 shares of Grubhub, all right? So let's just measure that times what the average of it costs. Okay, 49.61 minus 695. So you would make $770.60 off of this if it reached a market high. Now I operate by the method of I'd rather be safe than sorry. Okay, that's the method that I operate off of. All right, so I would rather be safe than sorry. All right, so now. For me, Okay. When I invest my stock, I keep my finger on the trigger. Fuck that. So now, if I bought in here at 69.05, if this stock gets to $80, I'm getting my black ass out. Okay? I'm getting my black ass out because I'd rather take a small incremental gain that I know that I have versus me sitting up in here and then this money. You see when this money starts to shoot down, you see this downward trend on that. You see how that's a steep ass nosedive right here. Okay. All right. So like let's look at this. Okay. So from September 2018 to October 26. So this company lost, for all practical purposes, let's just say that that's $145. Okay, yeah, let's just say that this is. All right, let's just say that this is $90. Okay, 45. So this company lost about $55 off of its share value in a matter of a month. Okay. In a matter of a month, this company lost $55 off of its share value. Think about that. All right. So if I got 1,000 shares of this, I would have lost $5,500. That's a lot of money. So for me, I'd rather be safe than sorry, because you could be waiting to see this market basically rebound and it could never rebound. You could continue losing money. So with this, I would say, all right, I want to make this much and that's it. Wishbone, do you got something to say?
Yes, I do. First of all, when you said keeping your finger on the trigger, that's very, very important because just off of experience in the last couple of weeks, that even me, I stepped outside of my normal, investing, and I took a risk on a company that had made $44 per share in an hour. So, of course, that gambling mind that some people have when they get into the stock market, they think, oh, it's a gamble. Let me just see what it was. So also keep in mind that you can lose the money if you don't keep your finger on the trigger.
Yep.
I do. I invested a couple $100 into a company, and at first I was up $200-$300. I blinked, went to the bathroom, came back. I lost $30, $40, $37.
Yeah.
So normally that's something that I wouldn't do, but again, sometimes when you have invested so long in the stock market, you get a little play money, what I call a little play money. I had a little play money, so I was like, I'm gonna take a risk. But when you say keeping your finger on the trigger, that's very important. I don't advise anybody to take risks, but the human nature of us is always going to be risk takers and gamblers. You have a gambling state of mind. I wouldn't advise anybody to get to that point, but it does happen, and that's the reason why you hear these stories. I know Miss Connor said somebody at her job lost $9,000. Well, I can guarantee you that either A, there was big time gambling in the stock market, which is not encouraged by any financial advisor on any scale, or number two, they had money in the stock market and they weren't paying attention to what was going on. Because anybody that now, if you've invested in Hurt a year ago and you haven't paid attention to it in a year, you lost a lot of money because Hertz is going out of business. So,
yeah.
That's it.
Also, because I think that we have made some nice, headway here. I don't think that we need to, drive this thing into the ground because this is meant to just wet your palate. If you go follow me over here on Facebook, okay, this is my Facebook page right here, right? A lot of times you see that I will, okay, that's my own financial portfolio. Okay, right, this is my portfolio. Please excuse all the rest of the bullshit. Okay. Let me go ahead and copy and paste this into the chat. All right. If you want to create you an account, you can go and create you an account right here, y'all. All right. Use this link to go ahead and create you an account. All right. Now, okay. Well, listen, I can't find this shit, but I a lot of times I will come in and, okay, right here. Now, I will tell you what the stock of the day is. Okay, I say Fury Fumes is the stock of the day. All right, so let's look at that company. Okay, Fury Fumes. All right, that's the stock of the day. All right, so we're gonna go and look at that company. Okay, now this is a Japanese company. Okay, now this is me investing in this. All right, now this is the money. This is where I made money at this. Okay, so I saw this. I saw it, and let me see here. Okay, so you see that over a year, it kind of makes a lot of money. Kind of during this time, it makes these steep points, right? Okay, and then you see basically it does about the same thing that the same thing, right? Same principles. Okay, last year they made a lot more money than what they made this year, but for obvious reasons. Okay, so let's just say this week on that day, okay, I was right here. All right, I think I bought in about this 464. Okay, it went down and then it shot up. All right, I got my money to fuck up out of there. All right, this company it had went from 464 a share. So again, $460 would have bought me would have bought me 100 shares of this. All right, now it sold for almost $10 a share a little bit after the market opened. All right, so it showed about $9.97 per share. So again, that's it. Now, another thing about this company is when you got to look at this icon right here, all right? This tells you 788 people own shares and fumes. So that's not a lot of people, all right? So what that tells me is that this stock right here is not going to change a whole lot more. It's not going to change a whole lot because you don't have a whole lot of people that own it. Okay, so you can, for the most part, kind of predict where this is going if you look at the 5-year graphs. All right. If you look at a 5-year graph, you see this company, it goes up, it goes down, 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 blah, blah, blah. All right. And if you sat there and you wanted to calculate all of the highs and all of the lows of the company, you could probably find the average. All right. Now, that was one of the stocks of the day. Okay. So I tell you different little stocks that I invest in. Let me go and try to find a stock. All right, now I'm a little bit different. Okay, I'm a little bit different. All right, now I'm gonna tell you something that you could look at. All right, we're gonna go over here and look for stocks in Virginia. Okay, so we're gonna look at stocks in Virginia. All right, it does not want to give me Virginia stocks. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go to Northrop Grumman. Okay, we're gonna go to defense. All right, well, look, this is Northrop Grumman. Okay, now we see that it was selling for 305 per share, right? Now, when it reaches its high, it's at 385. Okay, now this is one of the biggest contractors in defense. Okay, so its high over a 5-year time span is $385. Okay. It has a market cap of about $50 billion. Okay, 90,000 employees. Again, a bunch of people own money in it. All right. Now, so yeah, if you had $16,000, you would have doubled your money. Okay. You would have doubled your money. Okay. So, yeah, you would have doubled your money with that. So that's a stock. That's a good stock. Now, the reason that I say you go and find you some stocks in Virginia, let's see, Washington. Okay, Boeing. Anyway, now is a good time to invest in government contractors. Okay, I can't find a lot of them. Let me see. Lighthouse. Okay, here we go. All right, now it gives you a subsection where it lets you look at different stocks. You see they're headquartered out of Virginia. Okay, now is a good time to go in and buy a lot of these companies that are in this sphere. Okay, you see that this is basically going for about $89 per share. Okay, now, all right, you see this. Okay, now when the 5 years ago, this company was worth $41.50 per share. Now, a lot of new government contracts are going to be coming out in July. The end of the fiscal year for the government is in July. They got to sell off a lot of things, but they start doing a lot more bidding on government contracts. Okay, so company like this, $89 or whatever, you see that this is a smaller company that's in the same defense space like Northrop Grumman. That Northrop Grumman is $300 or so per share. Okay, it's $300 per share. Excuse me, gotta clear my throat, y'all. I apologize. Now, if you had $9,000 and you got 10 shares of this, you're not going to see that skyrocket growth that you are going to see, but this company isn't as volatile either. When you look at it growing, it gradually grows. When you look at it shrinking, it gradually shrinks. Okay. Now from here, which was $117.22 a share. When it dipped down to $72.50 a share, again, amidst the corona pandemic. So that explains that. Okay. That explains that. Okay. Even again here, this is the Christmas season. When we're looking at the lows of this company, it's Christmas. It's that time of year. A lot of money is going to be up out of there. the stock market is basically shut down for a while during this time. Okay. So we are seeing when we're looking at where this company has took major falls or hits, a lot of them, they make sense, when you see what time of year. Again, back to school time, hey. So when we're looking at a company like this, their losses, their weak points, it makes sense in relation to what's going on in the world. But we use this type of knowledge. Have you noticed a lot of one word? Well, the federal work, I wouldn't invest my money in Bitcoin. All right, I haven't been seeing y'all questions now. Now, again, the federal, the Treasury, god damn, what's the bank that they got? The fuck is the name of that goddamn bank that they store all of their money at? Dude, Herman Cain used to be the chairman of it. The Federal Reserve is headquartered out in Kansas City, as well as y'all got a lot of USDA folks out there. Y'all got a lot of stuff federal out there in Kansas City. Okay. So yeah, again, they are building new facilities for people. A lot of these facilities that you are seeing that are government facilities, they have been open since World War II. So now you are seeing them building a lot of new government facilities to transfer the workers over to those. Okay. But before we go ahead and close this thing on out, because I don't want to keep y'all on here all goddamn morning, let's go over here and let me explain what this index fund that I was explaining to y'all is. Okay. Now, when we look at this, okay, this is the S&P, this is the index fund 500 from Vanguard, right? Now, right up here, we see Microsoft at number 1. Okay. So when you invested in this, most of your money is going to Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft is losing money right now. Apple is making money. Okay. When you see Amazon right here, Amazon is stagnant. Okay, Alphabet Incorporated, that's Google. But that's not full Google stock. That's like a subsidiary or a different type of Google stock. Facebook, that stock is probably up. Johnson & Johnson, if they make hand sanitizer, they are up. Berkshire Hathaway, that's Warren Buffett's investment groups. Visa will be making money. Procter & Gamble, they will be making money. United Healthcare, they will be making money. However, a lot of these stocks are failing right now. Okay, so when you look at this, you see how they are down. They are down. They have lost 2.9%, which equivocates to about $8.28. Okay. So this is a very risky investment. This is where I invest my 401k money at. All right. Now, this is where you see that there has been gradual growth, and then there has been loss, and then there has been growth again. Okay. Now, you see that this whereas I would have had close to about $12,000 one day, that went all the way down to $9,500. Okay. So now when you are investing into mutual funds, what I was basically saying earlier, that Ms. Conner had called, what Ms. Conner was saying was unclear, is that, okay, when you invest in these mutual funds, all right, you're investing in 10 companies that they say are well-performing companies. Now, your profits that you get in Microsoft can totally be wiped away. You want to go ahead and close on out? All right. Now, your profits can be totally wiped away by another one of these companies. All right. So that's what mutual funds are. Right. So is there any questions in the chat? Let me go ahead and open up the phone lines for. Let me go ahead and open up the phone lines. No questions? All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later.